Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. My name is Amber Stewart, aka Jenny Jaguar, and I'm a stress alchemist, body goals builder, fear conqueror, and the owner of the Stew Project, where I help individuals maximize their living potential by simply taking an emphasis on wellness. Now, today, I want to discuss something that many of us might be ashamed to admit we experienced, but perhaps love to expose in others, and that is jealousy. So, let me start by saying this. I've spent way more time in my life being on the receiving end of jealousy than dishing it out. From friends who couldn't handle the fact that men wanted to be my sugar daddy, to strangers who trashed my name because I was dating a guy they envied, from coworkers who couldn't stand that I kept getting promoted, to bosses who low-key hated my work ethic, even family members who resented how I grew up. Yeah, I've seen how deeply jealousy can run when someone feels threatened by your light. And right now, I'm walking through that all over again, dealing with workplace toxicity from coworkers who are a decade younger than me, who have only tried to help. Passive aggressive comments, the clicks, the undermining, the backhanded comments. It's real and it hurts, especially when all you're doing is showing up with experience and heart. So when I felt a wave of jealousy bubble up inside of me the other day after seeing a post from someone I met years ago, it really caught me off guard because that's not usually where I live emotionally. But instead of suppressing it, I got curious and I ultimately did the shadow work. I moved through it with breath, sweat, and honesty, which is what I want to discuss today. What I discovered cracked something wide open in me, not just about where the jealousy came from, but what it actually meant, and how I see energetic triggers, success, and alignment completely. Okay, so let's dive in. First things first, it wasn't the first time I felt this way about the person. Back when we first met, I remember thinking, wow, she has everything I'm working so hard for. At the time, my business wasn't where I wanted it to be, and my boyfriend wasn't exactly cheering me on like her husband was cheering her on. So when I saw her post a reel years later, those old feelings came rushing back. But instead of shoving them down, I decided to do shadow work. So after doing shadow work, what I found was powerful. That jealousy, it wasn't about her. It was about me. It was about something inside of me, recognizing that what she had, the success, the support, the presence, was something that was actually available to me. And that changed everything. I shifted from jealousy to inspiration because I realized I didn't want her life. I wanted my version of success. And that was totally within reach. So where does movement get on to this? Well, I didn't come to this realization right away. It actually hit me after a spin workout because there's something about movement, especially breath and sweat, that clears emotional fog. And that's why I always say the body holds your truth. When you move, breathe, and release, you access a version of you that's beyond the ego and stories. That clarity came through my body, and energy never lies. So later that day, I had an aha moment. I realized she hadn't posted in months, and the timing of her reel was right after I had posted a video poking fun at non-corrective exercise trainers. This felt like no accident. It's not that I think she copied me, But this just goes to show how energy is real. And so sometimes you're not reacting to someone else's content, you're channeling their energy, especially when there's unresolved emotional material between you two. And here's what I really want to say to anyone who's afraid of being too much or triggering people. Don't be. If my reel triggered her to show up again, maybe that was her growth edge. Just like her reel triggered my inner reflection. We grow because we're willing to look at what's uncomfortable. Triggering someone isn't the worst thing. It might be the very thing that sparks their next level. And it definitely sparked mine. So after all that inner work and sweat and insight, I realized something wild. I don't even want to teach big group fitness classes anymore. That's not my path. I get drained easily when I'm around a lot of people. What I want is to help people make powerful transformations deeply, efficiently, and with lasting impact. I want to work with people short term, but meaningfully. I want to help them rewrite their lives. That realization was a game changer. So here's what I hope you take from this. Jealousy is not a flaw, it's a signal. And shadow work lets you pull your power back from projection. And your body holds the answers. Move, breathe, and listen. Energy connects us in real ways. Respect it. Triggers are catalysts. Don't fear being one. And your path is meant to be your own, evolving, aligned, soul-led. So here's the thing most people don't realize. When you don't alchemize jealousy, it costs you. It's not just an uncomfortable emotion. It's a detour off your divine path. If you're not doing the inner work, you might start chasing someone else's vision of success. You waste energy trying to compete with people who aren't even your competition, okay? You feel drained, confused, and unfulfilled because the goal you're chasing isn't even aligned with your soul. Worse, when you act out that jealousy, when you lash out, you gossip, sabotage, or move with spite, even subtly, you start racking up karmic debt. And let me be clear, what goes around most definitely comes back around. And you don't want to find yourself experiencing the same pain, limitations, or setbacks that you put on someone else just because you couldn't process your emotions in a healthy way. That's a lesson the universe will make you repeat until you get it. Okay? So learn your lesson. All right, but here's the good news. When you take a moment to pause, breathe, and ask, why is this bothering me so much? That emotional charge becomes a clue, and that trigger becomes a teacher. And instead of cycling through the same old wounds, you finally break free. You reclaim your energy, you realign with your truth, and you walk forward in your own power, not someone else's shadow. So, if this resonated with you, if you've been on either side of jealousy and you're doing the work to grow through it, go ahead and like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more real talk like this. I'm here to help you transform your stress, own your truth, and create a life that actually feels aligned. So if you're into that, stick around. We're just getting started. And if you want more information on how to put purpose behind movement, then I encourage you to look in the description box for a blog post that tells you how certain exercise and movement can help you harness the powers that you need or the energy that you need to get through certain stages of your life. And before I go, because I think I missed this on the last Sunday, but I want to pull some more cards from my Mind Info Oracle deck. So let's get started and let's see what the divine has for us today. All right. So we got 3 cards, and I'm also going to read the one at the bottom of the deck. The first one is believe, and this says it's time for that idea that's lived inside your heart to be brought to the world so others can benefit from you. can benefit from it. Believe that you can bring it to life and you will do exactly that. Now, when people are lashing out at you and they're openly and aggressively projecting their jealousy onto you, it may be hard to believe that it's possible because they may put roadblocks, they may trash your name, they may not support you, and it can be hard to believe that God wants you to do the work or that your dreams are possible. But don't let anybody distract you from what God has put in your heart. So keep going. Next, we have connect. And it says you're being asked to connect with others in meaningful ways. Sometimes it's helpful to get new perspectives and to simply be around other people. You're in need of this right now, and deep connections will benefit you in many ways. So if we're experiencing jealousy from others, we may want to close off and shut down and be away from people and hide our light. And that is not what the divine is asking us to do. The divine is asking us to connect with others in meaningful ways. So when you see people lashing out or attacking you, or if you feel the need to lash out or attack to others, instead, you need to connect with people in meaningful ways. And this not only helps you step into your purpose, but it also helps you bring your focus away from the negativity. And the last card is let it go. And it says you're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you, and you can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free. So too often we hold on to the jealousy. We become resentful of the friends, lovers, family members, coworkers who betrayed us, who attacked us, or who made us forget our power. And we cannot step into our purpose. We cannot fulfill our divine calling if we are holding on to the resentment. So you gotta let it go. Keisha Cole said, let it go. And the card at the bottom of the deck says, receive. You're being asked to be open to receiving universal gifts. These could come in. Receive. You're being asked to be open to receiving universal gifts. These could come in the form of love, money, compliments, healing. You're being asked to be open to receiving universal gifts. These could come in the form of love, money, compliments, healing energy, and universal wisdom. Know that you're worthy of these gifts and open up to them. Now, if you're too busy walking in jealousy or reacting to people's jealousy or hiding because you know people are jealous of you, you are blocking off your blessings because you are not in the receiving mode. You are resisting what is coming to you. And too often we think if we open ourselves up, if we fully embrace who we are, then only the haters or the negative people will attack us because you're more open. But if you know how to protect yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, then you can successfully allow all your blessings to come to you while your haters watch. So that is all that I have for you today. I hope this helps. And again, look in the description box for all mentioned in today's lesson. And again, I hope this helps, wishing you much success and prosperity. Until next time, take care.